Good evening. A Lloydminster man has pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in the shooting of a Saskatoon mother of four in what turned out to be a case of mistaken identity. Kyle Darren Halbauer was one of three people charged in the September 2012 death of Lori Ann Santos. Saskatoon police say the men were members of an Alberta white supremacist gang called the White Boy Posse. Halbauer and another accused went to the home to kill a former member of the gang, but it turned out to be the wrong home. A first-degree murder conviction comes with an automatic life sentence with no chance of parole for 25 years. Well, it was a messy trip for some motorists traveling on Highway 16 last night. Vehicles were left splattered with oil after a tanker truck loaded with crude oil sprang a leak near Kitscoty. RCMP say the oil was dripping on the highway for 11 kilometers before the driver noticed. They say an improperly closed valve led to a significant amount of the cargo leaking in some areas, but there were no collisions. Now, charges have been laid against the driver, who is from the Lloydminster area, and are pending against the company. Halloween is usually a time where kids can be kids and go out to enjoy a night of dressing up and, of course, candy. But for one local boy, it wasn't about the sweet stuff this year. Bart Padiasic brings us the story of 9-year-old Ethan Walker, who chose to give up his candy this year and instead raise money for the Lloydminster Legion's Poppy Fund.
Here you go. You're welcome.
Please would you like? I'll just take one.
Like most kids, Ethan Walker spent Halloween night going door to door around his neighborhood. But instead of a bag of candy in tow, he traded it all in for a tray of poppies.
It's always nice to recognize the veterans and the Legionnaires.
Ethan's mom says it all started when he decided he wanted to be a war veteran for Halloween.
We'd been brainstorming with a friend of how we could do this veterans thing, and she actually said, well, you know, if you could go around with poppies, that would be a great idea.
And it's a look his mom says he pulled off. Dressed from head to toe as a Legionnaire, he got some special help from the local chapter.
We loaned him some equipment such as a Legion beret and a Legion tie and a few other things, and gave him a poppy tray to take out with him on his travels.
Al Hemingway says he was thrilled when Ethan and his mom came to the Legion with their plans. All money raised for the Poppy Fund goes to supporting war veterans, and 90% of the proceeds raised in Lloydminster stay in the community. And the simple act of Ethan giving up his candy for the Legion goes a long way.
That's what our Poppy campaign is all about, taking the remembrance to our youth.
Awesome costumes. Thanks so much. Happy Halloween.
Bart Padiasic, Newcap News.
Oh, what a great story. And at the end of the day, Ethan managed to collect more than $100 for the Royal Canadian Legion. Well, the gloomy weather yesterday may have been the perfect backdrop for Halloween. Not so much for the trick-or-treaters knocking on doors, but the weather was the perfect backdrop for Lloydminster's Halloween house. Anna Stanislaw reports.
Hey, Mom, see my daughter's that big sword?
2,000 people came to visit Yvonne Claroux's Halloween house with more than enough candy for everyone.
Here you go.
Thank you.
And his daughter-in-law says it was a success.
It's been crazy busy. There's been a really good turnout. Not so much this afternoon because it was raining, but now it's crazy busy and it's been fun.
What do you like about Halloween?
I like trick-or-treating.
Many of the families also found the holiday as a chance to bond with their kids.
It's fun for the kids. They can run around and look at things and not just go house to house. It kind of gives them a break.
Yvonne Claroux has been working on the house all summer, and it paid off last night as it was all for a good cause.
We're raising money for prostate cancer and as well for the dialysis machine at the Lloydminster Hospital. We're doing $5 donations will get you in for a Harley-Davidson rocking chair, and yeah, we had so much fun this year.
Whoa. Jaden's grandpa knew who you were, Maddie.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Well, today is the official kickoff to Movember, a month-long event where most men around the world will grow a mustache. Now, it's to raise awareness of prostate cancer. According to Prostate Cancer Canada, more than 23,000 men will be diagnosed this year and nearly 4,000 will pass away. Now, while the subject matter is serious, the month of Movember is a chance to raise awareness in a more relaxed way. And as we see in this next story, the men of Newcap are getting in on the fun. Movember, a chance to separate the men from the boys when it comes to facial hair. Now, while some have an easy time growing a mustache, others, well, not so much.
It's going to be me, Moses, Bart, and Matt. And yeah, we're going to see who can grow the worst/best mustache and raise a lot of money in the process.
It's a clean-shaven look for members of Team Newcap TV. While bragging rights are on the line for who can grow the best mustache, there's also the chance to raise as much money as possible that will be used in the fight against prostate cancer.
I'm pretty confident it's going to be me. I haven't done it for 2 years. I didn't grow one last year, but I think the extra year will give me the extra stuff I need to be bushy. And Matt and Moses and Bart don't really have a lot going on up over the lip there.
And from first to worst, it appears Matt Schumann is getting no love from his co-workers on his hairless upper lip.
I can see where they're coming from because I probably will grow the worst mustache. If we had pictures of my stash last year, it was the worst possible thing you could ever imagine. So I will not argue that. I will have the worst mustache.
Now, while it is a fun subject, the issue behind Movember is a serious matter. 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime.
Over the years in my practice, I've identified many people with prostate cancer. I have no doubt in my mind that it must be done on every patient at age 50.
There are many symptoms and signs of prostate cancer. Among them, if you have difficulty urinating or have an urgent need to pee, frequent urination, burning pain, and blood in the urine or semen. Doctors say men over the age of 50 should be checked annually. As for Team Newcap TV, they're preparing for their new looks.
I'm going to look completely ridiculous, but at least it's all going for a good cause, so I'll be happy with that.
It's a disease that can cripple you, and you know what? I'm going to grow my mustache and raise as much money as I can. Might not necessarily grow the perfect mustache, but I know I could win in terms of raising a lot of money, that's for sure.
All right, so Team Newcap TV for Movember. To donate, you can go to movember.ca and search for the Newcap TV team. And of course, great cause.
Yeah.
And our most, everyone knows Gerard as the man with the mustache.
I still got mine on. I need it for another 10 days because I volunteered to be part of the play that's coming off at the Legacy Center from the 7th to the 10th. So I still need my stash for a few days. But after, on November 11th, I'll cut it off.
And no offense to the other guys who are doing this, but you would win at the end. So you know what? We're just going to make it easier for them. But I just, it was actually quite fun doing that story because the guys were just, there is bragging rights for that, but of course a great cause. So.
I enjoyed the comments, and the cause is certainly quite important and personal to me as well. Yeah.
Every week we will also update you on their situation. All right, let's turn our attention to the weather.